When I first arrived in Transylvania from England, I naturally wanted to explore ancient sites and historic buildings which piqued my interest as an historian. One that jumped immediately to my attention was the alleged pyramids standing near the village of Sona, Brasov County, Romania. Of course, it was plainly evident when inspecting the pyramids that they were indeed ancient mounds of unknown heritage. The layout here consists of 8 mounds up to 30 meters high and arranged in 2 rows, and very interestingly, they are placed in order of height. According to one web source, geologists have refuted them as being the work of man, and have theorized that these mounds are naturally formed and have described the process as thus. The mounds apparently resulted from the gradual sliding of a slope, a process combined with the actions of the torrents that individualized these groves. Everything happened 12,000 years ago. The shape of the pyramids is the creation of external agents, surface erosion and microslides. Clay on the surface does not allow water to infiltrate the inner layers, which are supposed to be a hardened mixture of clays, marl and cemented sands. Such a theory, because that is what it would be as an acceptable explanation, if it was not for the fact that there is the presence of another set of mounds located nearby to the village of Halmeg. These mounds are not on any historical or archaeological database, and like Sona, they sit near the river Alt. Also like Sona, they measure in size and position from large to small and in a straight line. Behind them are 2 minor virtual bumps on the ground that may or may not have been connected, but they run in a straight line and parallel to the bigger ones. The mounds are similar in height to Sona, and they are constructed of chalky marl. Obviously, it's plain to see that there are too many similarities to discount both formations as being naturally occurring. According to another web source, archaeologists digging at Sona have found ceramics dating from the late Bronze Age, that is 1300 to 700 BC, and ending during the Hallstatt period of 800 to 450 BC. Which corresponds to early European Iron Age. Some years ago, thieves attempted to extract treasure from one of the mounds, but they were caught by police in a tunnel they had dug without finding anything. And here, perhaps my curiosity would have ended if it wasn't for the fact that a few weeks later, I discovered more mounds near the river Alt and some distance from the village of Rucăr, Brasov County. Again, these are located near the same river and consist of 4 mounds in a straight line, ranking almost from the largest to the smallest, if it were not for the fact that the second in line mound appears to be damaged with a more flattened top. And the last mound is separated from the others by a sizable gap. Further, there are only 2 parallel mounds which are spaced widely apart from each other. The height and construction are similar to the other 2, and in the case of these mounds, known locally as Glemi, there is at least an archaeologically verified history. They appear to be similar in height to other locations, and the site has many coincidences. Archaeological evidence at the site links it with the Coţofeni people, a sparsely known early Bronze Age culture which existed between 3500 and 2500 BC. Their range was extensive, stretching from the Danube region to Serbia. The first report of a Coţofeni find was made by Father Schuster in 1865 from the Rapa site, which is now present-day Alba County, Romania. Very little trace has been found of their existence, but there are apparently other sightings of such mounds in the arid plain and across many localities on the banks of the Danube. I believe a lost culture was closely attached to the river locations and may have used these sites as a place of worship, and perhaps more certainly with an attached settlement. In primitive times, rivers were the best modes of transport, and it may well be that these rivers linked these groups together. Like many oddities in Romanian history, we may never know and can at best only speculate. But in that closing speculation, it is clear that these mounds are most certainly the work of early man, and not as nature suggested.